Fala galerinha do YouTube, muito boa noite. Aqui quem fala é Renato jogando com mais um vídeo de Genshin Impact para Play 4. E vamos seguir a missão da história, né? Agora a gente temos mais um boss semanal, que é o Targalha.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on... We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
The key here is
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And... You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liuye was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
I knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
Ué, então quer dizer que o Zhongli é uma versão personificada do Rex Lapis?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liuye goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liuye, together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself.
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon was Liuye, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liuye Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liuye. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liuye back under...
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liuye matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you
Amadurecer o
opened on.
povo pra não depender dele pra sempre,
You even
entendi.
deserved an
Mas é meio
encore.
arriscado isso aí, hein?
The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liuye. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liuye. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liuye's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
Doideira, cara.
On the contrary,
Tá
I
chateado
think it is excellent.
com a vida imortal
I
que
had
ele leva e a
always
culpa é
feared
nossa?
that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liuye would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you... Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liuye. I, on the other hand, will be forever
Well then, with the Gnosis in my...
Fine. I'll meet you there.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Ela é o Arconte Crível. Então a Signora é o Arconte Crível. Me conte o que a Arconte Crível concordou em dar em troca.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good
Então a Signora, já sabemos que é o Arconte dele.
Realistically speaking, there is...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Viu? A troca foi referente a mim, alguma coisa comigo. Despedida carinhosa. Não era muito bem o que eu esperava. Essa reviravolta foi boa, hein? Confesso que não era isso que eu achava que seria. Então o Charles foi praticamente um espião. Só usado. Mas fazer o quê?
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they...
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Hear ye all! The Qixing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like... Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting...
Avançar para o lugar do ritual de ascensão. Vamos pra cá, mas vem aqui rapidinho. O que que tem aqui? Já que eu tô aqui, né? Pegar logo.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt.
We, the people of Liuye, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liuye Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Aí, ó. Acho que agora a gente vai voltar à nossa missão central. Buscar lá o horário. Falar com os participantes.
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before coming here, thinking you'd like it. But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1 stroke.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liuye, what shape shall...
É. Vamos lá falar com o Zhongli pra ver o que ele vai falar. O nosso Rex Lapis humano.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liuye is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the 2 of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a...
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some 3rd-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Liuye kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide
Caramba,
by the same
ele fez
rules that
algo
mortals
semelhante, não é igual, tá, gente? Vou deixar bem claro, é parecido com as intenções de Deus que mandou Jesus Cristo pra cá, pra Terra, de uma forma mortal, pra seguir as regras daqui. E também poderia fazer o que ele quiser. Então eu entendo mais ou menos o que ele quis fazer. Por isso que ele não produz Mora, velho. Ele poderia fazer. Quer seguir de uma forma natural.
Rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money for goods. We also... The Archon Morax could never experience life. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult.
Temos que a continuação de sua viagem pode ser difícil. A nação vizinha de Liuye pelo mar, Izuma, está atualmente fechada. Agora eu vou ter que ir pra lá pra buscar a minha irmã. Não esqueça que a missão principal dele é achar a irmã dele.
The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liuye preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
when faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate, this is what visions are. Magical
That's how people...
But starting from last year.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
That's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now, knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit, I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gift? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident, I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wished?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liuye Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liuye? Kuching is absolutely right in saying
Qixing
this.
está falando daqueles pássaros, daquele...
Now,
São subordinados dele.
though I did laud Ningguang's desire for... Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing
Eles não querem largar o osso, não.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, The reason I hinted as much to the Adepti. How did I accomplish that? All right then. Was there anything else you wished to... Well then.
Beleza. Mais uma habilidade de terra. Se eu quiser usar dela, já tem uma pra poder colocar nele, né? Beleza, o que pra fazer? Deixa eu pensar aqui. Ah, apareceu outras missões ali, ó. Apareceu outras missões. Sequência, isso é bom. Vou pra cá. Aqui já vou deixar já separado pra fazer, já que adiantou a história. Então agora acabou a missão principal, pelo jeito. Só tem o pilar agora, o que eu vou fazer? Eu tenho que encher 2 pilares. Ah, mas aqui ó, liberou essa. Beleza. Missão do Tartaga liberou, né? Então agora tem a missão dele. A marcha do Senhor Ciclope, eu vou ter que fazer. Liberar o pilar e essas missões extras aqui. Está tudo bem com você? Onde tem a minha? Gaiola de ladrões. Alguém tá. Ah, alguma versão presa que a gente vai ter que soltar da gaiola. Beleza. Por acaso você tem uma visão? Não, não tenho. Ah, você luta do jeito sem ter visão? Como isso é possível? Sem problemas. Tá, eu vou salvar ele então. Mas a gente não tem a visão, pô? E aqui tem outro também. Legal desse guarda. Vamos, as coisas na cidade já voltaram ao normal, lentamente, relaxar, anúncio, não para. Agora tem que esperar vir a próxima missão da história do jogo, acredito seja a próxima atualização. Menino no monte. Não te amei. Opa, tem mais outro ali. Tá lá em cima? Tá lá em cima. Dela. Posso. Pronto, mais outra missão. Aqui, ó. Caraca, várias missões, cara. Pra alimentar cachorrinho. Das missões pequenas aí grandes, né? Ah, vamos ver nossa amiga aqui. a gente acumulou bastante missões, hein? Será que tem mais? Acho que agora finalmente terminou. Opa, ah não, olha. Tem mais aqui. Rapaz. Por acaso aumentei de nível ou não, né? Não, eu vou aumentar daqui a pouco. Vai gastar, né? Ah, deixa eu até ver um negócio aqui pra fechar da reputação aqui de Liuye, porque se eu não me engano, eu tinha que liberar algumas missões aqui, ó. Essa aqui, eu vou mostrar pra vocês. Aham, que já liberou. Aqui já foi, né? Bem, então foi isso, nós chegamos aqui, voltamos ao nosso local de origem. Vou fechar o vídeo, deixa eu ver se tem mais algum ponto por aqui espalhado. Ah, a reputação. Depois eu vejo isso no próximo vídeo, eu vou adiantar nossa reputação. Muito obrigado por tudo, vou deixá-los aqui no momento. No próximo vídeo a gente continua com todas as missões secundárias que a gente pegou, ó. Uma lista boa de missões secundárias. Gostei muitas delas com livros. Esses livros vão ajudar a gente a aumentar a habilidade dos nossos personagens. Acho que só esse aqui, né? Só esse que tem, do pilar que tem, já é essencial. Então é isso, gente. Um abraço, até a próxima. Não deixe de se inscrever no canal, clicar no sininho, compartilhar o vídeo, dar aquele like para o nosso canal crescer cada vez mais. E valeu! Falou!